society. Our resources are limited. However, if you would still like a visit, feel free to leave your name and number and someone will call on you. Thank you and God bless. Hello, it's Lisa Ferguson calling. My number is 984-4952 and I live at 2 Edward Street.
Sometimes we get referrals from social workers or by word of mouth. But you know, just making that call is really tough for a lot of people. It's hard to say you need help.
Okay, so you go ahead and take the calls and I will pull the cards. Very good.
Hello, it's Lisa Ferguson calling.
36 years ago or so, I needed St. Vincent de Paul, and they came to help me. I had 2 babies, I had no food, I needed help badly. A lady that I know phoned the church for me. I didn't phone, she did. They came and helped me, and I never forgot it. And I always said that when I had some free time, I would devote some of my time to St. Vincent de Paul. I already gave her a voucher for baby clothes.
You visit clients who are in need, yes. Well, they're all in need. But sometimes you get that special feeling from someone that you've actually helped them through some crisis. So it gives me great satisfaction to be able to bring God's love, really, because this is what it is. I look at it as Him using us to bring His love to our fellow man. We may visit single men, we may visit single mothers. You do have some couples as well who may be living below the poverty line and would need help occasionally. So at the door we will identify ourselves as Vincentians. More or less we'd be invited in. We'd sit down, we would explain what the St. Vincent de Paul Society is. You would conduct a bit of a brief interview to get some background information. We typically would give vouchers, food vouchers, but sometimes the need isn't just for a food voucher. Maybe the need might be for some counseling. The person may need to know what other support groups are within the community that they can turn to. You are showing someone that there is someone else who cares, or there's somebody who cares. And I think the main idea that this is what you're doing, you're showing I care by coming out to visit, I care by taking the time to sit with you, to listen to your problems. And I think this is the way you share, or you show God's love.
There's actually no 2 cases exactly alike. Some of them just want friendship, others want financial help, some people need clothing. One man we sent to school, we paid his tuition because he had a chance to take a course and he needed the money, and we supplied it. And the odd time we even pay their rent, not too often, but we do. We buy them shoes, and I'm very active in supplying baby clothes. We have a lot of single mothers. Well, actually, I bet almost half of our clients are single mothers.
Hello, Stephanie. Hi.
How are you? And of course, they have children at different stages, and they really need a lot of help.
How are you enjoying the summer?
The government is awfully slow sending out the baby bonus. Sometimes they have to wait 3 and 4 months before they get their baby bonus, and they still have to feed those babies.
So then how can we help you this month then?
Just the basic stuff.
Okay. And how are you managing now? You find that you're managing better with finances, or?
A little bit.
Going out and meeting poverty face to face. It's very disturbing. It's extremely disturbing to see that in a rich country like Canada, that there are so many people, who really, literally, sometimes don't know what they're going to give their kids the next day for supper.
Norma, here, put her down for this, and I hope that that'll help you till your baby bonus comes in, all right? Yes. And I'll watch for some clothes for your boy, okay? Okay.
If we could all join together in the opening prayers, please.
We have meetings twice a month, and any problems that are encountered on home visits would be brought up at the meeting and discussed with all Vincentians. Having some input, we would try to reach a solution.
Well, we'd now like to look at some of the problems we've been having in home visits. I know there have been a number of problems we need to discuss at the meeting this evening.
Well, I'd like to present a problem that we're having presently, and I think more and more of our volunteers going out, or Vincentians going out, are coming back with the same issue. And that is one where we're low on funds presently, and we've had to cut back. And the question I would like to propose to this conference, or we would like to have some input on, is should we actually be giving monthly assistance?
As I see it, we follow up on people, but it may not always be monetary. Maybe helping them with their budget, possibly, as to how they're using the funds that they have left.
The people we visit aren't aware that we're a volunteer organization, that our money comes from donations at the back of the church. We stand there to collect money from the poor box. We ourselves are not paid. We are volunteers.
I tell every person I visit, we depend upon other people's charity.
They assume that we are government financed, so that we have money coming in on a regular basis. We don't, and so we have to get across to them that our funds are limited.
I would like to ask, how sure are we that it is really financial help that this person needs? It may be another need.
It's dependence upon a crutch. If we're trying to improve their situations, should we not also suggest alternatives to them? I don't think we should ever refuse to go to see someone. If we tell them on the phone, we will come to see you, but we cannot give you any food vouchers this time, but we will come to see you if you would like to talk about alternatives.
It leaves us in a very difficult situation. You feel sympathy because there are kids involved and you're dealing with another human as yourself, but at the same time you're trying to be financially responsible to the conference and live, operate within our budget or within our limited resources.
It's a good reflection on it, that we are concerned. It's not a crutch, because we know that if we go to someone on fixed income living in this city, they'll never get out of that home. If we went twice a month, we still wouldn't get them out of it. They'll always call me. Who else can they call?
Speaking of crutches, a man just left here who needs a crutch.
Do you have any crutches in this area?
The last time Fudger House had a sale, I bought 3.